A Stratton Oakmont Incorporated commercial introduces the film. It calls Wall Street brokers bulls or lions. A lion moves through a workplace floor. Next, a large group of brokers throw small people into a board with a dollar sign as a bullseye. Jordan Belfort then introduces himself to players. He says his parents are Bayside accountants. Since working on Wall Street, Jordan has had infinite drugs and hookers of his choice. He blows cocaine into a hooker's butt and flies a helicopter on Quaaludes. He drives his Ferrari and gets a blowjob from his wife Naomi LaPaglia. Jordan says he does enough narcotics to sedate New York's population. Money, the narcotic that can conquer the world, is his favorite. He crumples a $100 bill and snorts it with coke. Jordan married Teresa Petrillo and worked on Wall Street at 22. As a broker, he meets his smooth-talking, easygoing employer Mark Hanna and his gruff, foul-mouthed co-boss Peter de Blasio. Jordan is amazed by how people talk and work. Mark chants while banging his chest throughout lunch. Mark orders pass the fuck out martinis. Jordan replies that he jerks off 3 to 4 times a week. Mark says he does it twice a day, and those are rookie figures. He starts talking to Jordan about how nobody knows if stocks will go up, down, sideways, or whatever, and that it's all a fugazi. Mark entered stocks for hookers and blow. He makes Jordan sing the money chant. On October 19, 1987, Black Monday, Jordan receives his broker's license. Jordan loses his job as global stocks fall. While reading the paper, Teresa suggests they pawn her engagement ring. Investor Area, a little mini shopping center in Long Island, catches his eye. Jordan suits up for Investor Center. The office is small, messy, and most brokers dress casually. Dwayne, the owner, greets Jordan. He assigns Jordan to sell Aerotine, a small Dubuque, Iowa, garage company. Aerotine is a pink sheet, low-value stock, and he will receive 50% of the commission. Jordan contacts an Aerotine investor. He portrays it as a giant company. We get a picture of it as a tool shed, but his pitch gets everyone's attention. Jordan's sleek, professional sales pitch stops the workplace. He sells, impressing his new teammates. Jordan makes good money after a few months. In a cafe, obese, bespectacled Donny Azoff with dazzling white teeth approaches him, Jonah Hill. Jordan confirms the Jaguar is his. Donnie lives in Jordan's apartment complex and sells children's stuff. Jordan tells him he made $72,000 last month. Donnie requests a $72,000 pay stub to verify. Jordan grabs one, and Donnie contacts his boss to quit to go into stocks. Jordan and Donnie drink at a pub. Donnie married his cousin to prevent others from sleeping with her. Donnie smokes crack outside and gives Jordan some. He gets amped after one hit and tells Donnie to run. They find a garage for their business. Jordan invites pals. They are Robbie Feinberg, Alden Kupferberg, Chester Ming, Nikki Koskoff, PJ Byrne, nicknamed Rugrat because to his bad to pay, and Brad. Brad is famous for selling drugs in his old area. Jordan asks Brad to sell him a pen. Brad tells him to scribble on a napkin. Brad sells Jordan a pen. Jordan welcomes Investor Center members, including Toby Welch. Jordan and Donnie created a boiler room in an abandoned auto garage. Jordan's script is ready for the boys to call. They invest in Disney and AT&T. Jordan solicits a Kodak investor. Jordan makes vulgar sexual gestures to everyone as the investor signs on to close the deal. Jordan then founds Stratton Oakmont and expands it with new brokers. He has eager brokers crowding his office to present him their resumes. A marching band and many hookers celebrate Strattonite sales. Jordan pays one female employee $10,000 for breast implants and shaves her head. Forbes magazine and FBI agent Patrick Denham spread Stratton Oakmont's achievements throughout the following years. Forbes calls Jordan a sleazy Robin Hood and the Wolf of Wall Street. Jordan is furious, but Teresa tells him there's no such thing as bad PR, and more young, eager brokers come to his office. They invite Jordan's father, Mad Max, who is often grumpy. He oversees his son's accounts and berates him and his partners for spending $26,000 on a dinner, interrupting their conversation about utilizing the tiny people for their game. As seen earlier, Jordan outlines a plan to move the company into the fucking stratosphere during his Long Island beachside house party. Donnie rises and carefully walks over to Jordan's pool table, saying Steve Madden. He's about to explain Quaaludes. Jordan notes that Steve Madden ruled women's shoes. Jordan meets Naomi. He invites her to ride his jet ski. Donnie's wife Hildy, Mackenzie Meehan, witnesses this and tries to lure Jordan away from Naomi by suggesting Teresa needs his aid. Donnie then masturbates to Naomi downstairs. Jordan brings Naomi to supper. She invites him to her flat for tea after he takes her home. Jordan is quite tempted by her before she leaves her room naked. Jordan restarts intercourse after 11 seconds. Jordan continues his romance with Naomi until Teresa discovers him snorting drugs off her breasts in a limo. She smacks Jordan. He doesn't answer her sad question about loving Naomi. Jordan apologizes for hurting Teresa via voiceover and files for divorce 3 days later. Jordan's flat becomes Naomi's. She employs a homosexual butler, Nicholas, and a decorator to make the place Jordan-friendly. Jordan likes him until Naomi comes home to discover Nicholas having a gay orgy. She cries to Jordan and says $20,000 in cash and $30,000 in jewels and appliances are missing from their room. Jordan, Donnie, Chester, and Rugrat grill Nicholas about the missing money. Nicholas refuses to answer questions, protecting his gay pals, and changes the subject by telling them he thinks their questions are gay prejudice. Chester strikes him hard in the nose, and he and Donnie hold Nicholas by his legs over the balcony to make him confess. Jordan contacts the police, who arrest Nicholas for theft and kick his also launders the stolen money. He appoints Manny Riskin, an attorney, to clear up these illicit operations. Jordan just thinks about making more money than himself and others can handle. Naomi accepts Jordan's yellow diamond proposal. His bachelor celebration in Las Vegas includes hookers, beer, and cocaine on the aircraft ride. Weddings are also big. Jordan meets Naomi's English Aunt Emma, who knows he does cocaine. Jordan and Naomi sell their New York penthouse and buy a big Long Island estate. He gives Naomi a yacht named Naomi for her wedding. Skylar arrives 18 months later. By now, Jordan's pranks had the pair fighting. He slept calling Venice. She's a hooker who took a lit candle out of Jordan's ass during sex and spilled hot wax on his back while he screamed Wolfie, his safety word, which she ignores. Jordan says they fight before getting intimate. After putting the baby to bed, Naomi says she'll wear short skirts instead of panties to tease Jordan. Jordan's plan is to persuade Naomi that his security guards, both called Rocco, have videotaped her. It's Steve Madden's IPO meeting at work. Jordan sees a geeky broker washing his goldfish bowl. He sends Donnie to call the person out and humiliate him by swallowing his goldfish whole and sending him out as everyone jeers. Steve Madden, Jake Hoffman, unveils his Mary Louse, which one broker says look like fat woman shoes. Jordan stops brokers throwing trash at him. Madden accepts to join their business. Jordan then addresses the crowd about the benefits of wealth. In 3 hours, the trading room stock earns $22 million for Stratton Oakmont. The FBI subpoenas the corporation for Jordan's wedding footage. Jordan meets his private investigator, Bo Dietl, playing himself, who tells him Denham has images of Jordan's closest group. Dietl vehemently denies Jordan's request to buy Denham. Jordan invites Denham and Agent Hughes to the Naomi in a Long Island harbor a few days later. He displays the wedding guest list. Denham thinks Jordan hired an employee to pay for his mother's triple bypass surgery as a bribe. Jordan dismisses the agents. As they leave, he mockingly throws $100 banknotes. Jordan stores his money overseas to avoid taxes and robbers. He, Donnie, and Rugrat go to Switzerland for the assignment. Jordan's flight is chaotic because he consumes Quaaludes before it. He then lewdly insults the pilot and stewardess. He awakens chained to his chair. Donnie informs Jordan that he dry-humped the flight attendants and insulted the captain, who confined Jordan in his seat. Jordan arrives uncharged thanks to Rugrat and his Swiss acquaintance. The trio meets French-Swiss bankers led by Rugrat's college classmate Jean-Jacques Sorel, Jean Dujardin. Sorel convinces them to deposit money from abroad. Jordan visits London to persuade Naomi's Aunt Emma to take some of his riches. Jordan also fails to seduce her. Brad's Slovak wife Chantal, Katerina Cass, smuggles money into Switzerland with her family, but she can only carry so much. Brad punches Donnie out after an argument. Donnie meets Brad at a sleazy Long Island strip mall later. Donnie appears drugged despite Brad's request to Jordan. After a few moments, Donnie confesses that he isn't stoned for the meeting and provokes Brad. Donnie took Brad's hitting him personally. The cops watch them argue again. Brad is arrested after Donnie dumps his money briefcase and runs. Donnie brings Lemon 714, a rare and potent Quaalude, to Jordan's house. After 35 minutes of watching Family Matters, the two take pills and feel nothing. More takes no effect. They discover their 1981 death. Naomi, pregnant again, finds them working out downstairs. She tells Jordan Bo Dietl is calling. Dietl orders Jordan to leave his residence and call him from a payphone. Jordan travels a mile to a country club's payphone. Dietl tells him about Brad's arrest and Denham tapping Jordan's home and business phones. Jordan finally feels the lemon's effects because they had a delayed fuse due to their expiration date. He collapses, slurring his speech. He crawls outside, rolls down the steps, and opens his Lamborghini with his foot. Naomi tells him Donnie is acting oddly and called Sorrel. Jordan drives home while high. He crawls home safely and pulls Donnie off the phone, ranting about the FBI listening in. Donnie tries to eat cold cuts but chokes and falls on the glass dining table, breaking it. Naomi finds Donnie coughing. Jordan inserts a tiny Coke vial into his nose, juxtaposed with a Popeye cartoon as olive oil feeds the sailorman some spinach, with the tune accompanying Jordan and the Coke. He removes Donnie's food and performs a crude Heimlich maneuver. Jordan hesitates, believing he'll let Donnie die, until Naomi reminds him of his family. Jordan gets Donnie to vomit. Next morning, Jordan finds the police in his residence. After showing him his Lamborghini, which is damaged, they arrest him. In a flashback, Jordan crashed into multiple automobiles, golf carts, and a mailbox on his way home. He's released after they find no evidence Jordan drove the car. Maddie and Max say Jordan got lucky. A few months later, Jordan announces that he is leaving the company to Donnie, Pinhead, and Rugrat at a major meeting on his floor. One woman started at Stratton with barely 2 nickels to rub together and became rich after Jordan gave her a chance. The brokers cry when he says he loves them all. Jordan stays, prompting cheers. He leads everyone in the money chant. His father thinks Jordan should have taken the FBI deal. Jordan celebrates Brad's release aboard his yacht. After quitting stocks, Jordan informs us Brad died of a heart attack 2 years later. Jordan and Donnie celebrate with their wives in Portofino, Italy in June 1996. Rugrat phones them while they're drinking Bloody Marys and snorting cocaine to warn them Steve Madden is selling shares after hearing about Jordan's legal troubles. To make matters worse, Naomi cries to tell Jordan Aunt Emma died after a heart attack. Jordan is upset that her $20 million is unreachable. Jordan phones Sorrel, who tells him Aunt Emma declared him the money's heir. He must instantly reach Switzerland. Despite Naomi's wishes, Jordan tells the captain to take them to Switzerland. Jordan believes they can reach a safe harbor and catch a small jet to Geneva. Jordan ignores the captain's warning of rough seas. They sail toward danger. Jordan orders Donnie to run and buy more Quaaludes even though Donnie objects. Jordan doesn't want to die sober. He hurries downstairs and brings the pills up as a massive wave flips the boat. A Jordan-called Italian Navy helicopter rescues the group. Jordan watches the plane he wanted crash into the ocean from another boat. He says a seagull hit the engine. He thinks God sent this. Jordan is sober 2 years later. An infomercial promotes his straight-line money-making program. Denham and others arrest Jordan while filming the infomercial. Sorrel, incarcerated in Switzerland for unrelated charges, betrayed Jordan while having dinner with Rugrat, who was also arrested. Sorrel had an affair with Brad's wife while smuggling cash to him in Switzerland. Stratton refuses to testify to save themselves a house arrestee. Donnie visits Jordan. In general, he has Jordan's back. He also asks Jordan about sobriety. Jordan hates it. Naomi refuses to speak to Jordan. Jordan and his lawyer meet with Denham and 2 other DOJ lawyers. They offer Jordan a wire to accuse the other conspirators. The case is called a Grenada since the US easily defeated Cuba's invasion of Grenada in the Caribbean. Due to the copious evidence, they believe the Department of Justice will win easily. A few nights later, Jordan nags Naomi for sex, and she finally agrees to make love as if it were the last time. Naomi's indifferent. After the 2 are done, she tells him it was the last time, that she intends to file for divorce, and that unless he agrees to all of her conditions, a quick divorce, full custody of their 2 kids, and half of his remaining wealth, she'll take out a restraining order that will prevent Jordan from ever contacting her or the kids again. She slaps Jordan, who punches her in the stomach. He storms into a little sitting room and tears open a sofa cushion, revealing a package of cocaine. He snorts and takes Skylar's bed. He rushes downstairs with Skylar despite Naomi's panic. Naomi and the Belfort's housekeeper try to stop Jordan from reversing the car out of the garage, but he crashes into a wall a few yards away. Jordan gets a slight head injury, but Skylar is unhurt since she was buckled. Naomi gets Skylar out of the car as Jordan fears he may never see his daughters again. Jordan's partners are wired in. They applaud his return. First, Donnie. Jordan slides a letter saying, "Don't confess. I'm wired." Donnie denies recalling their financial practices. After discovering Jordan's note to Donnie, the FBI arrest him at his home, though not shown. The note was given to Denham by Donnie himself, likely as part of a deal that will leave Donnie unaffected or facing lesser charges. The rest of the conspirators are caught in the office while Donnie quickly deletes any incriminating files on his workplace computer. Jordan receives a 36-month sentence in court. Max looks dejected as his mother cries. Jordan admits to being afraid upon arrival at prison. He briefly forgot his wealth. He was used to selling everything. The action ends at an Auckland Straight Line conference. The host is played by the real Jordan Belfort. Jordan faces one man in the crowd. He demands a pen. The man awkwardly pitches before Jordan takes the pen. He gives it to another awkward person. Jordan repeats with more guests as aspiring millionaires watch. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe for other recaps.